I'm here to examine the speech with Marlon Malahoo. I don't want to waste any time. You understand? So as I come through the gate in this reaction, ask that you please just hit the like button, share the live with 10 people, and join the platform on the road to, on the road to 10K and beyond. All right, let's get it.
And Minister of Legal Affairs will make a statement, and then the agenda
Karen,
will
go
follow. Pursue. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, House Leader. Members, please make welcome to her feet the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, who will make her statement by Minister. Members not listening at all. Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the copy of the statement will be provided to ministers shortly thereafter.
Now, those statements are to be put forward when you start. And I heard the Speaker of the House go at several people about that before. So why is it that she gets a pass? That's the first observation. Let's move on.
And members of the opposition in particular, the Minister has asked leave to allow her to commence her statement by Minister, indicating that copies will be provided to us shortly, I presume within the next 5 or so minutes. Go ahead, Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Hey, remember what them say now? 5 or so minutes now. Make we see how that play out.
Madam Speaker, I rise to once again honor the commitment I made to provide periodic updates to this Honourable House and to the people of Jamaica on the status of the work to reform the Constitution of Jamaica. I indicated in my last ministerial statement here on September 24, after my sectoral debate presentation on June 11, that in accordance with the approval granted by the Cabinet, drafting instructions were issued to the Office of the Parliamentary Counsel on June 24, 2024. The Chief Parliamentary Counsel, who has personal conduct of the matter, up to the time of that last statement, had dispatched 2 bills to the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs on July 22, 2024. One is in respect of the amendment of the Constitution to, among other things, effect its patriation and Jamaicanization, as well as the establishment of Jamaica as a republic. The other is to provide for the votes of electors to be taken with respect to those amendments that are required to be submitted to electors pursuant to Section 49(3) of the Constitution, commonly known as a referendum. That bill is a Referendum Bill 2024. Since then, Madam Speaker, 6 revised drafts of the Constitution Amendment Republic of Jamaica Bill were dispatched by the CPC on August 27, September 16, November 13, November 22, November 29, and December 2, 2024, following further drafting instructions after reviews by the Drafting Strategy Subcommittee of the Constitutional Reform Committee, as well as the internal ministry team, plus the Learned Attorney General. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to inform this Honourable House and the people of Jamaica that review of the bill to amend the Constitution is far advanced. It is quite possible to complete the remaining steps and have the bill tabled as early as next week.
Why the rush? Why the rush? You know, so that lady she rub me wrong way. She just rub me wrong way. She really rub me wrong way. You know, my sixth sense is about her. Yeah, something about this woman.
As early as next week, before the Christmas break. Possible. Madam Speaker, the proposed bill contains 36 clauses. A new Chapter 9A for a proposed Section 134A, a fourth schedule for national items. It is intended to achieve, Madam Speaker, the bill is intended to achieve national goals about which there is no dispute on either side of the parliamentary aisles or within the political parties, to the best of my knowledge.
You better say to the best of your knowledge, because you better speak for yourself. Nobody speak for nobody. If you speak for the PMP,
when passed into law, the bill will allow for the Constitution of Jamaica to be put in proper form as the supreme law of the land. It is worth reminding everyone.
So hold on. The Constitution is in a proper form already. I know it's an evolving document, but I don't trust anybody in the JLP to reform the Constitution because of what I just witnessed a while ago. You understand what I deal with? I really don't. What is happening with Jamaica, we're not talking about Lisana right now, so I don't know why you're there on this campaign against Lisana, which you can do whatever you want where that is concerned, but we're not talking about Lisana right now. We are talking about this particular reform of the Constitution. You understand? This is ridiculous. JLP is not fit. Them have 8 people under investigation for illicit enrichment. Them in a no standing to be governing the reform of the Constitution. The office of the Prime Minister have so much ills there and corruption where no. Not under this government.
That although drafted in Jamaica and debated in the Jamaican legislature, the Constitution came into effect through an imperial order in council as a schedule to it. And we know that form of subsidiary legislation is inappropriate for a supreme law. On this, there is no dispute anywhere, as far as I'm aware. When passed into law, the bill will also abolish the constitutional monarchy and replace the hereditary monarch of England with a Jamaican president as Jamaica's formal head of state, thereby transitioning Jamaica to a republic. There is no dispute anywhere, to the best of my knowledge, about the attainment of this national goal.
She keep repeating that foolishness, and then a dispute is going to come. Would you just read what you're reading and stop saying that, ma'am?
Madam Speaker, the bill goes further. It will entrench the Electoral Commission of Jamaica in the Constitution, thereby giving it a permanent place in our laws. Again, there is no dispute anywhere, to the best of my knowledge, about the attainment of this national goal. Madam Speaker, further, the bill proposes the incorporation in the Constitution for treatment of national items, including national symbols and emblems. The national anthem, the national pledge, the national flag, the national prayer, the national song, among other things. This is an aspiration of the people of Jamaica for a long time. And to the best of my knowledge, there is no dispute anywhere about taking steps to achieve this goal. Additionally, the bill proposes to strengthen the alteration mechanism of the Constitution to enable more efficient use of legislative time and greater ease in achieving other agreed reform goals without compromising the guardrails. Madam Speaker, administration...
This part, I don't trust that without compromising the guardrails, more efficient time. Nah, B. Nah, I don't trust that. I don't trust nothing that's coming out of your mouth. I don't believe you.
After administration has lamented the tight belt that is around the Constitution and the deliberate slow pace at which constitutional reform moves.
Yes, we need that slow pace, ma'am. Thank you kindly.
When passed into law, the bill will enable greater ease of reform going forward. It will also provide clarity on citizenship, acquisition, renunciation, disqualification, among other things. It will also clarify the qualification and disqualification for membership in the House, qualification to or for, and disqualification from membership in the Houses of Parliament, and the appointment of additional senators independently of the political parties represented in the House of Representatives after a general election. Madam Speaker, this phased reform of the Constitution is taking place in a very challenging context. It is agreed and admitted, but you never get a chance to wish away your context. You have to understand the challenges and turn those challenges into opportunities. Madam Speaker, Section 49 of the Constitution prescribes the manner in which the Constitution is to be altered. By way of reminder, a bill for an Act of Parliament seeking to alter the provisions that we are seeking to alter in this phase of the reform work must be tabled in the House of Representatives, and a period of 3 months must elapse between the introduction of the bill in the House and the commencement of the first debate on the whole text of the bill in the House. A further 3 months must elapse between the conclusion of the debate and the passing of the bill by the House. The bill must be passed in each House by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all members of the House. And thereafter,
Did she say less than 2/3 of the House? Let's get back to that because that's important. We ain't gonna just skip past that.
seeking to alter the provisions that we are seeking to alter in this phase of the reform work must be tabled in the House of Representatives, and a period of 3 months must elapse between the introduction of the bill in the House and the commencement of the first debate on the whole text of the bill in the House. A further 3 months must elapse between the conclusion of the debate and the passing of the bill by the House. The bill must be passed in each House by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all members of the House. And thereafter, the bill must be submitted to the electors qualified to vote for the election of members of the House of Representatives, not less than 2 nor more than 6 months after its passage through both houses.
Guys, if it's too fast, let me know, you know.
And it must be approved by the majority of the electors voting. We have not had a referendum in independent Jamaica. And there are talks all over of...
But hold on, Jamaica not independent. What should I say? We are not independent. Oh, bruh.
Stop the cap.
Right
now, stop the cap. No bullshit.
You gotta really listen to these people. They think they slick. Man, what?
the challenges that the holding of a referendum pose. But there is no escaping the approval of the people.
Why did she use that choice of words? Okay, it's a little bit too fast because my ears is different, you know. So I gotta ask y'all. I ain't got a problem with it. It's good for me because, yeah, but I gotta make sure y'all is comfortable. Let me just, oh, wait a minute. 1.35 should be good. All right, customize right there. No, why did she say, why did she use the terminology? Listen to what she said here, ladies and gentlemen.
The challenges.
Look at her face.
Pose. But there is no escaping the approval of the people.
Why would you want to escape the approval of the people? Why would you phrase it that way? There is no escaping the approval of the people. Why did she say it like that?
The challenges that the holding of a referendum pose. But there is no escaping the approval of the people in order to make the changes to achieve the agreed national goals.
So you see, I believe that this government is a dictatorship government already, and they're trying to operate as such as much as possible. But like the pastor and the apostle said, the Constitution in its present state is standing in front of Andrew Onis like a man. Thank God for that, man. Thank God, man. Thank God that the Constitution, as it is standing in front of Andrew Onis and this government like a man. So they can't just do whatever it is they want to do because they have the majority. Let's continue.
Madam Speaker, where we are in the life of this Parliament, and having regard to the constitutional timelines, the work will not be complete in this Parliament. But in its wisdom, the Constitution allows for the work to be done over the life of more than one Parliament. So, Madam Speaker, among the challenges in the context in which we find ourselves are two major ones. As I just said, the time where we are in the life of the Parliament, having regard to the prescribed timelines, And the other, Madam Speaker, is the importance
Colonel,
of cooperation from the parliamentary opposition. The Constitutional Reform Committee, providing expert advice and guidance to the government and the people, comprises representatives from both houses on both sides of the aisles, as well as representatives from the public.
House Leader, before you stand to ask the Minister what additional time is needed, I don't know if you observe from the opposition benches discomfort at the presentation ongoing without them having a copy. To this minute, I also do not have a copy, nor does the Parliament.
So you see, she says she stand with the standing. She applies the standing orders doggedly, but the opposition leader had to express discomfort in the fact that they have not received a copy of what she's looking at, so they can look at it and scrutinize it. She's just saying that nobody disagrees without them looking at it to disagree, if they want to disagree. Man, listen, where they do that at?
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
And though it is not a requirement by the standing order, it has been a practice to share a copy of the presentation so that members of the opposition are allowed to follow the presentation. For the speech,
You see how she a blink her eye them? People have watched body language, you know.
I am hoping ministers appreciate, once I do not have a copy of the presentation, it limits my ability to determine what additional time may be needed, and therefore not any significant departure from the time limit will be accommodated. So, House Leader, from the opposition benches, I have asked them to sit and allow the minister to complete her presentation because her time was almost expired. And in keeping with good practice going forward, I'd ask you not to ask the members for a significant length of time because we are going to have to become a very disciplined house as we go forward.
I fully concur with the sentiments you have expressed.
I just want, Madam Speaker, I just want
House Leader, you have to do one mic at a time, otherwise they're very soft.
Yeah, thank you. Madam Speaker, I just want to express my disappointment that we are proceeding this matter on a matter such as this. This is to do with the total overhaul of our Constitution, something which this minister has been pursuing for a few years now, and in which we have had some degree of engagement, as unsatisfactory as we have found that. For the minister to be making an important presentation of this nature to the House without providing copies in accordance with the customs of the House is unacceptable. And I would ask that that be corrected without further delay.
So basically, where Mark Golden is saying, we can't continue with this presentation without us having a copy of the document. It is unacceptable. And I definitely agree with the man. The opposition, listen, the opposition job is very important, you know. So the opposition can't do them job if they're not given the equipment that they need. Valerie Wagwan, you say you think them had it planned? I believe so too. The man said the parliament is called the devil's house. Look at the maze. Sonia, them should not set in their lessons, them wicked. Oh Lord.
Madam Speaker,
Minister, turn your mic off, please. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, the leader of the opposition point is taken. We made the arrangements for the soft copy to be provided and for a printing of this soft copy to happen while the member was speaking, and Parliament gave permission, so to speak, for her to start the speaking. And
Prudence said this is something the leading party always does. Exactly. Especially when it has to do with important matters like the reform of the Constitution. They are shady characters. Right? Very shady.
Madam Speaker, this is unprecedented.
So hold on. It is unprecedented. This is a regular occurrence for UNO. And furthermore, them have soft copies. Why them couldn't present the soft copy them in time? Soft copies is your thumb drive on them something, you know? That's what it is, you know. So why I couldn't present it? Oh, Andrew Willis in a parliament. Oh, see him there? Okay.
And it is not, and I agree with you, it's not a practice that we offer any comfort to. The leader of the opposition has made the point, and the member may truncate at this point to allow for the printing of the soft copy which she has sent so that the distribution can take place. And I will have a recommittal of statement by ministers in order for her to make the full presentation, if it so pleases you, Madam Speaker.
Yeah, my push hard. Wagwan Valerie, my push hard, of course, to control Jamaica. That's a fact.
Minister, were you able to forward a soft copy to the Parliament?
Yes, Madam Speaker, let me just to indicate that it was not my intention to commence the statement without making a copy available to both sides. It was not my intention. And in fact, I had asked that the item be recommitted to enable the transition of the statement to the opposition ahead of my commencing. Yes. So, Madam Speaker, I
Minister,
crave your leave. I will pause and ensure that the
would you give us an idea of how much longer your presentation is?
About 10 minutes or less.
All right.
But, Madam Speaker, I will pause and allow the statement to be
House Leader
transmitted.
has indicated that he would prefer to have a recommittal.
Yes.
And we will be happy to
Yes. And that is exactly what I
operate
had asked.
in good order in keeping with
It's not
that
out of
directive.
order. Not out of order.
Thanks, Minister.
Prudence, me not trust them.
Announcements?
Annual report of the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office for the financial year 26. Auditor General's Department, Preparedness, in respect to the Salem community and several form in Greenwich Town.
Just a fast
Provide
forward
for
this.
connected matters was passed in the Senate with one amendment. The Honorable Thomas Tavares Finton, President of the Senate. And the amendment is as follows. In the words of enactment, delete the words, the King's Most Excellent Majesty, and substitute, therefore, the words, the Parliament of Jamaica.
Me know that youth there, no? I know that youth there.
Ask for your consent that the Senate amendment to a bill entitled An Act to amend the Maintenance Act and to provide for connected matters be now considered and approved.
Mazda.
Know that youth there.
Consent given?
The word in the street is that they are trying to block out Marky G, you know, from that reform thing, because they know say
To
Mr.
a bill
legislator.
entitled An Act to amend the Maintenance Act and to provide for connected matters be approved.
Thanks, Minister. The question is that the Senate amendment to a bill entitled An Act to amend the Maintenance Act and to provide for connected matters be approved. Those in favor? Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. Minister, turn your mic off, please. I wanted to say something. Petitions, paper. Member Warmington. The member from
I know you not want me done. I say, I get back to Marlon
relating to the
Malahoo,
sitting of the
brother.
House.
Marlon Malahoo, I get back to, brother. I want you not where I have to say. Alright, make way where Marky G talk about you say, you know. We have nothing to do with Marlon Malahoo.
August Town, Greenwich Town, Norwood, Parade Gardens, and Sutherland.
Oh, this is foolish. This is how them boy them extend Zozo to 100 and add there. Madness.
Zones of.
Make we go back.
Because we have.
You know, so me I go back to that, you know. I go back to that, because I go do one video about that. I go back to that.
Across members of
But me want to go to Marlon Malahoo right now.
timeline.
Straight to Marlon Malahoo.
That there be a suspension.
Must elapse.
Alright, see it now. See it now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
See it now. See it now. Right, that's so people. 1 hour and 23 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Here we go.
Before I paused, I was speaking to the context in which this important constitutional reform work is happening. I indicated that Section 49 of the Constitution prescribes the manner in which the Constitution is to be altered.
Madam, just a minute, please. The extension to grant you the permission note. The request is on the floor for the extension. Those in favor? Those against? Ayes have it. You may continue, madam.
It's a lot I'm learning today about perseverance. I was reminding the Honourable.
You are too. Hello, miss. If you didn't do your job the right way, you never have to persevere. You come talk about perseverance. Do your job the right way. Carry out the stuff them with the people and forget so them can see it. An important thing like the reform is like she's being bothered. You know, she has to persevere through putting out the presentation. No, you have to do your job the right way. She out there. What could I cause all of this? Hey.
Honourable House, Mr. Speaker, that a bill for an Act of Parliament seeking to alter the provisions of the Constitution that we're seeking to must be tabled in the House of Representatives. A period of 3 months must elapse between the introduction of the bill in the House and the commencement of the first debate on the whole text of the bill in the House. A further 3 months must elapse between the conclusion of the debate and the passing of the bill in the House. A reminder that the bill must be passed by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all the members.
Yo, to all JLP indiscipline, she have to look behind her when she speak. Her own party member them a disturb her. Look on her.
Of the House.
Look on her.
And thereafter, it must be submitted to the electors qualified to vote for the election of members of the House of Representatives. And that submission has to be done no less than 2 months, no more than 6 months after the passage of the bill in both houses. And then the majority of the electors voting must approve if both houses have passed the bill. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I repeat that based on the prescribed constitutional timelines for this type of bill, the work will not be complete within the life of the current Parliament. The referendum to achieve the approval of the electorate cannot be held before the dissolution of this Parliament, but in keeping with Section 49, the bill can be passed in 2 successive sessions of the House of Representatives, whether of the same Parliament or not. It is my hope that the bill seeking to give effect to the changes being pursued can be tabled, debated, and passed in the life of the current Parliament, and that the referendum be held during the next.
So hold on. She just admits say it can't pass in her current, but I fear hope that will never happen. Not under God. There's no reform happening under the JLP with this illegal, lawless party. With 8 somebody under investigation for illicit enrichment, including the Prime Minister. What could you to? You favor Kuno. Hey, yo, we better the whole of just resign and live up out the House of Parliament right now. That me I tell you no other. What could I cause all of this?
Next Parliament. Madam Speaker, I'm under no illusion as to the hurdles that will have to be crossed.
Clearly, miss. Clearly, you have lost your mind thinking that that will happen. Hey, listen to me, man.
What can go so?
I don't know. Hey, dear man, I don't know what can.
What if I could show you a way to generate hundreds of these shorts in just a few minutes? Well, it's actually possible by using our...
It's built in small life of the current Parliament, and that the referendum be held during the next Parliament. Madam Speaker, I'm under no illusion as to the hurdles that will have to be crossed. We only have an outer life for the life of the Parliament, and so elections, the Parliament can be dissolved sooner. But if it is not dissolved sooner, it will require cooperation between the opposition and the government on this matter. Although the Constitution provides that where the bill is rejected by the Senate, either because the requisite vote was not received, or it was not dealt with within a month after it was sent there, and that the bill can be sent back to the House of Representatives for further deliberation. Madam Speaker, for that part to be achieved, it would take us into the next Parliament. And so I'm happy that the Leader of the Parliamentary Opposition is still in the House, and the Member of the Parliamentary Opposition from the House who sits on the Constitutional Reform Committee is also here. Through you, Madam Speaker, I would say to the Leader of the Parliamentary Opposition that I don't believe Member was able to provide an update to you on where we are because of absence from the last set of meetings. I did, however, communicate to the member the intention to proceed with the work to have the bill tabled in Parliament. It is my hope that dialogue will take place between the two sides, because I know that there is no disagreement on the goals being pursued. In order to achieve the other goals,
Stop the cap.
alteration.
Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
I did, however, communicate to the member the intention to proceed with the work to have the bill tabled in Parliament. It is my hope that dialogue will take place between the two sides, because I know that there is no disagreement on the goals being pursued. In order to achieve the other goals, the proposed alteration to Section 49.
The lady assume a lot. The man don't even see where they are, and she assumes say there is no disagreement. What the hell can go so? Juliet, what are you going with? No, sir, this is ridiculous.
Will make that work much easier. If we give up now, it would be a betrayal of everything we have worked for and a betrayal of what we hope to achieve.
Hello, how will you work for? How will you hope for achieve? Hey! And Julius was done done president? Not going to happen. Not under God. Nah happen. Remember good.
We must persevere. And as I think about the need for perseverance, I recall someone saying persevering is like tending seeds. You do not see the results right away. But if you keep tending the seeds, keep nurturing, keep watering, eventually you will have a garden full of abundance.
Or a garden,
so if we keep at it.
Or a garden full of blows and skirt thorns and no fruits. But eventually, you think I say it go? You can't persevere against God, madam. You remember good, but persevere.
Eventually we will achieve all the reform goals that we desire to achieve. But we can only get there if we keep at it and if we are prepared to take the steps one by one. Making progress on the goals.
Yo, this coming like Andrew Holness speech where him do. Down or something there. She delusional, yes, Trevor. This coming like Andrew Holness speech where him do at them conference. And that it coming like to me, you know. Because all me hear is a campaign for a certain thing. This is all boiling down to dictatorship as far as me concerned. Having total control. So they can come in with them digital system, and then next thing you hear the flag of them can't go talk it truth. But what is going on in the country? Everything will get black off. Who them think we hear that? The veil has been lifted away from the eyes of majority of the Jamaican people. So them can't stay there.
For independent Jamaica has been slow on many legs of the journey. It has not been a journey of quick wins on fundamental matters. However, we have seen positive difference where there has been sustained effort and collaboration between the two sides of the Parliament. And we need look no further than the progress we have made on the economic front. So, at this juncture,
what kind of progress they make on the economic front? Yo, is it me? What she say a while ago? Progress on the economic front? Lady, do you know that the economy is contracting? Do you know that? Oh, I understand what you say. Oh, the economic front based off of what you not get paid. The 200 to 300%. But to hell with the rest of Jamaica. You know, say right, Miss Marlene MALAHOO. Me understand. Your pocket fat and the Jamaican people ain't gone to hell. That is progress. That is the economic progress that you're talking about. Cause you know, alright. Okay, me understand. Me understand.
it cannot be about how we feel because of where we are in the life of the Parliament. There is still enough time to get it done. And if we give up now, it will be a betrayal of what we hope to achieve and the goals that we have set as a nation.
Them this betrayal business. Who you betray? Your goals, them, lady. Your goals and our goals not align. We no business about your goals and the JLP goals. As far as I'm concerned, the goal is to steal. You understand? And keep power so they can keep stealing. That is the goals, in my opinion. So the hell I come talk about goals. Yo, it just upset me. Actually,
Too often we convince ourselves that in order to achieve greatness, we must perform grand, extraordinary things. We must do it all at once. And as someone has said, we trick ourselves into believing that momental leaps are the only way to move forward. And that if we do not make a huge splash, then what we are doing doesn't matter. But this mentality is devastating, and even more devastating in an approach to constitutional reform. If we give up now, it will be a betrayal. It will be like standing at the base of a mountain, looking up at the peak and feeling paralyzed by the sheer size of it. The enormity of the task ahead makes it feel impossible. And so we hesitate and we wait and we make excuses and we tell ourselves why it can't be happen, why it cannot happen. But we can't wish away the context. We shouldn't allow fear and doubt to grip our hearts because in our minds we have already failed at this stage of the Parliament, or because we desire to achieve other goals which are not in this phase. Success is built in small daily actions.
So why you talking out of two sides of your mouth? On one end, you want things to go fast, but now you say success built on small ends, but you want to speed up the process. Lady, make up your mind. You sound confused. You sound like an out. Yo, how them people, man? How them people get them work here? How them people get paid them all for millions of dollars? Zine.
Persevering. It's not about the giant leaps. It's not about all or nothing.
That is exactly what you guys are doing. You guys want all or nothing because you're a dictatorship government and you're operating as such. What are you talking about? Guys, like and share the video. This is ridiculous, man. Honestly.
And there is no dispute about the goals that we're seeking to achieve to make real progress for an independent Jamaica.
Oh, man.
I urge that the two sides of the Parliament find what it takes to make the incremental steps and have the bill passed so that it can be sent to the people for their approval.
Hell no. Please be finished.
Madam Speaker, I close by just repeating that the proposed alteration to Section 49 will make it far less difficult to achieve the other reform goals that must come.
You hear what she talk about Section 49? That are the part where protect the people, you know, from wicked government, you know. And that them want to reform mostly, you know. So they can just do what them want to do, you know. I want you to pay attention, you know, people. You want to listen. Section 49, listen.
But we cannot and should not give up now. So I am very pleased.
As a matter of fact, who is we? We who? Who you work for? And the Jamaican people, them. Who are acting?
To report progress on this phase of the work to reform the Constitution of Jamaica and to say to the people of Jamaica that they stand to win with a people-centered government.
Yeah, we stand for winning with a people-centered government, which is not you and the JLP. That is a fact. We're not winning with you, we are losing. What are you talking about?
I look forward to tabling the bill soonest. Thank you.
That will never happen. You have to resign first before that happen. That may I tell you. You remember good. Not on the own want to do it. Not going to happen. Anyway,
Thank you, Minister.
Let me hear
Opposition
leader. Yeah, opposition leader, the general.
I don't intend to say very much today.
Oh, thank you, Lord. I'm not intend to say much, so we can wrap this up. Because I have one premiere come up 9 o'clock, you know. Make me hear what the general I say. And I go take my time, because make me slow down this blouse and skirt here. Make me hear what the general I say.
Other than to point out that when the draft report of the Constitutional Reform Committee was shared with me, I put in writing my concerns with aspects of what was being proposed. I got a response to those concerns, making certain arguments, putting certain points forward.
Grace, may I tell you?
And I responded to that as well, in writing, in detail. There are a number of issues which are unresolved arising out of that exchange of correspondence. And these are important matters that will affect whether or not the opposition is able or willing to support the bills that are being put forward. I don't know what the content of the bills is.
What can go so?
What can go so?
Me have to play that back.
What can go so?
Me say me did have to play that back. Wanna listen what Marky G saying?
Madam Speaker, I thank the Minister for her presentation. I don't intend to say very much today, other than to point out that when the draft report of the Constitutional Reform Committee was shared with me, I put in writing my concerns with aspects of what was being proposed. I got a response to those concerns, making certain arguments, putting certain points forward, and I responded to that as well, in writing, in detail. There are a number of issues which are unresolved arising out of that exchange of correspondence. And these are important matters that will affect whether or not the opposition is able or willing to support the bills that are being put forward. I don't know what the content of the bills is.
Jesus.
And obviously until I see it, and until we have an opportunity to see it, or see them, because it's two, I understand, we can't commit ourselves one way or the other. I note that Section 49.
So you see, we share all of the whole time about nobody is objecting to nothing. Them can't object to something them don't see. Them not even see it yet to object to it. And the man had concerns before, and those concerns were not addressed. And Isabel Wagwan, big up yourself, herself, right? Those concerns were not addressed. Now she want to jump 6 steps, 10 steps forward to have the bill pass without the people them actually see something as important as the constitutional reform. And they expect we have to say it again and again, they expect we to trust one government. We have a prime minister, we have 19 different agencies in a theme office. 19, you know. One of them just recently come out with a big old banger on a corruption. The ODPEM situation we just happened a while ago. You have the situation with the with them name? The National Environmental Sitting Agency, NEPA. Yo, we say too much things are going on in a Jamaica lawless party. For we trust them for reform the Constitution. There is no way. They have no trust whatsoever. You have the Archers NTA scam. Wait, say. Listen, me, man. This government needs to be torn down. Them need to reform them government first before they can reform the Constitution. And then to add the icing and the cherry on top of the cake. Mark Golden is telling us that he has not seen the document. So when they move forward, if the man them not see it and scrutinize it, and you're talking about the Constitution here, the one document that is supposed to protect the people. And we have a government that has gone against the Constitution several times, and then they want us to believe that they have our best interests at heart. About them a pivot, go, you see. You better, you see, thank God for God. You understand what I say? Because I can understand why people, when I operate with the Most High, when they really understand what the government is doing, me can understand why they want to put hands on the government. Like they would want to put hands on them when they see them. That's why you see people frustrated and come out and make these videos. Because these people are playing in our faces. You understand? They are peeing on us and telling us that it's raining. They are disrespectful. They must spit in our people in face. Them feel lift up. Fitzroy Samuels big up. Them feel lift up from out House of Parliament, man. Oh, God, you can't imagine. Listen to what Marky G just said a while ago.
Position is able or willing to support the bills that are being put forward. I don't know what the content of the bills is.
What can go so the opposition leader don't know what the content of the bill is to box?
Obviously, until I see it, and until we have an opportunity to see it, or see them, because it's two, I understand, we can't commit ourselves one way or the other. I note that Section 49 is to be amended. Section 49 provides the guardrails in the Constitution. It is the provision that sets out how the Constitution is amended. It sets out different procedures for amending different aspects of the Constitution.
So, you hear that? This government, the Jamaica Lawless Party, want to amend the part of the Constitution that has guardrails set in place on how the Constitution should be amended. That means the proper procedure. That means you don't cut no corners. You do it the right way so they can protect the people of Jamaica. And this government, that is the present government of Jamaica, that has already violated the Constitution many, many times, now wants to skip past those steps allegedly, change them, move them, so they can have a faster process in changing the Constitution however they see fit, especially if they have a larger number in the House of Parliament, like them have right now. If those guardrails were not in place, now, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Holness would be the president of Jamaica already. Jamaica would be a full dictatorship country, in my opinion. If it wasn't for the guardrails of this present Constitution as constructed, dog with a nyamu supper, this would be dark days in Jamaica. I am so happy that the Most High has lifted the veils of the eyes of more than 75% of Jamaica, and they are not fooled by this present government. More than about 15 or 12% out the next 25, we are supporting Jamaica Labour Party, because that was the last general election. Then I am so happy, and I wish the other 25% come over this side of people who have sense, people where eyes have opened up to the corruption of this government, right? So we can move forward in power as a country, because at the end of the day, we are all Jamaicans, and whatever any government does, it's going to affect all of us. But we can't see the people that drive Jamaica down a hell, and we sit down in the bus and I go on like say we don't see a hell we go. We don't see a hell we can't go. I mean, I talk to the people and I don't see it yet. We don't see. I know so sometime in the day in the bushes them, but you can't type in my chat no foolishness, because now I get blocked. We can't tell you that right now. And furthermore, a subscriber only chat me up. So if you don't like what I say, know you're not going to subscribe, which is fine. Because this is not for everybody, and I'm not here to be liked by everybody. The truth is not liked by everybody. But if you talk the truth, me see it. Zane, $5,000 up. Hey.
Depending really on how fundamental those issues are, So there are some amendments to the Constitution that can be done by simple majority in each House. There are others that require a 2/3 majority of the members in each House. And in the Senate, as is well known, the governing side does not have 2/3. So
and that a mad them. You see, because the governing side don't have 2/3 of the majority if you move in eagle, and that in the Constitution a mad them. And that a mad them. How much time the other day when you see Andrew Honest go on them what them call it, them conference. What he was talking about? Changing the monarch, the way how things are done, because them don't like the procedure. Them like to skip steps. Them don't like order. Them is the Jamaica lawless party. Them don't like law and order. They just want to do what them want to do. Who don't see that? Tell me say who don't see that. Can't tell me say who don't see that, man.
Amendments
Godson,
which require 2/3 majority can't pass without the opposition being on board. And then there's a third category which require not only that the legislation be passed by that majority, but also that it be approved subsequently by the vote of the people in what's referred to as a referendum. Originally, my understanding was that what was being proposed in the first phase of the reform process was to get over those things that would require amendment by referendum. Therefore, the subsequent reforms would be things that don't require a referendum. Now I'm hearing that Section 49 is to be amended to make it that much easier to deal with those reforms that don't require a referendum.
So you see, I switch up the thing for market G, you know. Switch up the thing for market G. And then I go tell the man say, I go tell the world say, oh, we all are in the same, we have the same ideas. No, we are not in agreement, Marlon Malahoo and Jonas. We are not in agreement. The Jamaica, for the majority of Jamaica, we are not in agreement. People don't hear what the man say, I want to go and play it again.
Originally, my understanding was that what was being proposed in the first phase of the reform process was to get over those things that would require amendment by referendum. Therefore, the subsequent reforms would be things that don't require a referendum. Now I'm hearing that Section 49 is to be amended to make it that much easier to deal with those reforms that don't require a referendum. I'm not sure why it's considered necessary to do that, given that the guardrails applicable to those amendments which don't require a referendum are either a 2/3 majority of each House separately voting on it, or if it's something relatively unimportant or relatively uncontroversial, which is not subject to any form of entrenchment, a simple majority which the government has the capacity to pass on its own. The Constitutional Reform Committee did not get into any discussion as to the structure of Section 49, which is a very complex provision and was no doubt the subject of a lot of consideration by the persons who originated the Constitution prior to independence.
Right.
We have not been consulted on that matter.
Hey!
And I consider it necessary to see that. I think it's something of that nature ought to be shared and subject to some amount of consultation between the two major political parties before embarking on it, because it is likely to be something which is going to be scrutinized very carefully, given the importance of the guardrails in the Constitution. So, while I understand the minister's anxiety,
wicked no blouse and skirt. Eh? You look upon that evil smile there.
And
you know some name want to get personal, but me hear something personal about that lady, you know. About some lawsuit, you know, some family matter, you know. And if what is being said in the street is true, you know, now I understand your character. Now I understand your character.
Desire to move forward as expeditiously as possible. I would ask her to bear in mind that this is a situation where one hand simply cannot clap. And without the support of this side, this process is going nowhere.
Nowhere.
And we have put on...
Come on, no man. Make them know no Marky G. Thank God for Marky G. Oh, you mean? Oh, you mean?
All lies will be exposed.
Mean,
That's all.
G?
And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way.
Hey, when Marky G said that a while ago.
Emotional damage.
You all of them over there, all Andrewness. You all of them over there, they aren't sink. Man, I make them know and remind them, say this process is going nowhere without the approval of the opposition. On the field. I don't know, kick up rumpus and a ray and this. You don't think someone can put one wool over Marky G eye? This is the man expertise, law and order. Hey, God not sleeping. Let me tell you something. God is in control. God is in control. What are the odds that the Jamaica Labour Party is trying to get this done now? And the man, the actual legislation, which is the constitution as it's presently constructed, is in their way. Plus Marky G they in them way too. What are the odds? Hey, I want to tell him now.
Take his microphone.
Usher him out. Usher out Andrew Honest now.
Take his microphone.
Usher him out.
Usher him out.
Usher him out.
Usher him out. Usher him out.
No. Usher him out, brother. Yeah, man. Let me wrap this up. Let me see what Marky G has said.
On the table issues of real concern, and unless those are addressed, our support is not guaranteed.
Member.
And I have not heard anything over it's probably more than 6 months. I can't even remember when the report was, I think, finalized around March, April. We're now in December. I've had no interaction.
What?
With the government.
March, April, let me see. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months? 8 months? On the hear there. What can go so?
What can go so?
Our support.
What can go so?
Bear in mind.
What can go so?
And without the support of this side, this process is going nowhere. And we have put on the table issues of real concern. And unless those are addressed, our support is not guaranteed. And I have not heard anything over it's probably more than 6 months. I can't even remember when the report was, I think, finalized around March, April. We're now in December.
May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months, Marky G, not 6. 8 months.
Had no interaction.
Unbelievable.
With the government on this matter since I submitted my final letter.
Wow.
In that fairly short period of correspondence when the report was being finalized. It doesn't augur well for consensus when we proceed like that. And I would suggest that they may want to take some time to engage the opposition on our concerns if there's a genuine hope of moving forward to passing this legislation. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Opposition Leader. Minister.
Madam Speaker, just to assure the Leader of the Opposition that there is no intention or desire to not have meaningful exchange.
If you want to lose cortisol belly with minimal effort, then you need to try this 28-day chair yoga challenge. Despite the age, I've improved.
I think the absence of the opposition members on the committee has prevented the kind of update that we hope would have been provided on an ongoing basis. Just to say, Madam Speaker.
So, lad, so she blame them for being absent? Why you they respond to this?
When the CRC was designed, it was designed taking into account the need for bipartisan support as well as the people's approval. And that is why it is structured with membership from government and opposition, Senate and House, and the public.
She upset now?
Madam Speaker, the committee, working in the committee has been extremely frustrating at times. because on many occasions members expressed the view that it was clear that efforts were being made to derail the work and preventing real
Oh
progress
my
from being
God! Oh my God! What? Yo!
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop lying.
You know, me a call out that lady up on the lie where she a tell. And me a go show you how she two-mouthed and she wicked. And this is my opinion and I'm entitled to it. That woman here a witch. That woman here is a witch. And me I tell you that straight, she a one witch. At the beginning of this conversation and this presentation, she said that there's nothing to her knowledge that anybody opposes the goals that them have. Now that Marky G come out and expose her, now she go say, oh, it is. Make we play back what she said a while ago. Come on, I want to lie upon her now. This is what she said.
frustrating at times, because on many occasions members expressed the view that it was clear that efforts were being made to derail the work and preventing.
All right, so members express that in their view, there were efforts to derail the process and sabotage this constitutional reform. But yet still, you came out and said there's nothing to your knowledge where either side is opposed to this reform. Lady is a liar.
Stop lying!
You're a liar. You a liar.
Lying.
Just catch on a 4K.
Stop lying.
Just catch on a 4K. You're too lying.
No bullshit, bro.
All lies will be
man.
exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong
Hey,
way.
me not like liar, you know. Liar that thief, you know. If you liar with thief, I don't like liar, brethren. The lady in her first part of her presentation said she said it so many times. Me think she wanna try for butter or and in my opinion, me I say, hold on, oh she has said that so much time. After me hear that from the opposition say them actually, you know, is in agreement with this constitutional reform as it's presently constructed and them constructing it. Right? I have heard many times when the man say, you guys are not communicating with me. Only know if you find out say from April, May, from in March, April, them not communicate. No, she want to put the blame upon the opposition. Say them not present. You better show proof for that, you know. And then now you put yourself in a 4K because you just say one thing in the first part, and now because Marky G oppose and expose you with his statement, look on her face. A while ago she wanna smile and look on her. Oh, she's angry. Damn witch.
Real progress from being made. If the mechanism places the opposition at the table, where every issue is being discussed with candor, openness and detail, where no view is shut down, where we have deliberated and never disagreed disrespectfully. You know, at some stage, the responsibility for the lack of update has to be owned because the mechanism was there. I want to thank the leader of the opposition.
Hey, you, we're supposed to be a prisoner if you get charged for keep party pan no movement there. That is not supposed to be in parliament any at all. You don't have any moral right to open up your mouth and agree with Marlin Malahoo. So just go sit on one side. Go sit down. Bombata can come ad liver. Yeah, shut up.
For the comments he sent, they were considered, the responses came. Some of his suggestions were taken on board and would be reflected in the updated recommendation. I think there are two issues that I understand are of concern. The issue of impeachment and the issue of the final court, coming down to it. All right, the issue of the mechanism for appointing the
issue of impeachment is that the Jamaica Labour Party want to take out impeachment. And PMP not depend that. PMP not depend that. You understand? That are the issue about impeachment. I'll see how I go on.
Recommendation. I think there are two issues that I understand are of concern. The issue of impeachment and the issue of the final court.
Yes, the final court is very important. Why you don't want to stay with the Privy Council? I don't not talk about stay with independent. Oh, because Andrew Wallace is a member of the Privy Council. Oh, okay. Yeah. House slave.
All right. The issue of the mechanism for appointing the president has been reviewed, and we took into account suggestion made by former Prime Ministers Pattison and Golding, as well as other comments. And that revised mechanism takes into account the fact that we are not moving to an executive presidential system. There is a two-stage process of nomination and confirmation, and you will see what has been put forward from the recommendation.
You will see why them never see long time. Why them never see so they can publicly protest in front of the world for everybody see, because them actually see the document. Why they have the document, ma'am? But you will see. You always deal with some promise, no fulfillment, just a drag the thing, and then want to tell people about taking responsibility for things not moving forward. You guys are not doing the thing the right way. That's why it's not moving forward. Crazy, man. You take accountability for nothing, and I blame PMP for about 18 years on the day and there for 10 or 9. Man, yo, man.
We have had proposals for an expansion in the body for approval. That there was no consensus on that, but we have noted it and will send it forward. I think the opportunity will be provided.
We will send it forward. The opportunity will provide. All of this is forward, not happened yet. This is the issue. What you fail to understand. That is the real issue.
For further deliberation at the Joint Select Committee, but you will not have to wait until then because you will see the bill long before.
Remember what she said a while ago? Mark down this now. She said the man will see the bill long before the Joint Selection Committee. How much money you want to bet? Say him not see the bill before that. How much money you want to bet? How much them is a will party? We will, never we do, never we have done. Them don't complete nothing. Bare promises.
Just to go to the issue of the proposed amendment to Section 49. Section 49 is a deeply entrenched section and therefore can only be changed with the approval of the people and the holding of a referendum. There is no intention to weaken the guardrails, absolutely none. In fact,
how do we know that if we don't see the document? We not trust your miss. We not trust none of only in a JLP. You come like you not understand. The trust has been eroded. Do you need me to outline all the reasons why we don't trust you anymore? I'm talking about, yo.
The proposed amendment strengthened the guardrail because the proposal includes tabling of a bill to amend the Constitution in the House of Representatives in respect of the ordinary provisions, a delay period of 14 days between the tabling and the commencement on the debate, and another 14 days between the conclusion of the debate and the passing. That is improvement.
14 days? Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, who mess is this?
Hell no. Oh, no. No, sir. No, sir. From 6 months to 14 days, only 2 weeks? Nah, B. That is criminal is what that is. Crazy.
Not weakening.
That's
there
not
is
strengthening.
No proposal to
that is not strengthening nothing. You need proper deliberation. We are talking about the Constitution here, not some fluff legal document, not some misdemeanor document. We're talking about the Constitution. That is weakening the guardrails. Hell no.
Change.
Hell
the
no.
Vote that is required in respect of any category of provision. So there is no fear that a 2/3 majority will be changed in any way. There is proposal in respect of efficient use of the parliamentary time and also to make correction of cross-references easier. It really shouldn't require going to a referendum to alter a cross-reference or to delete a section of the Constitution that has been written.
It does require it, miss. Yes, it does. It should require it, in my opinion. Anything to make sure, say, the process of corruption is derailed, it does require it, yes. But you only like corruption, I don't like if speed up full of corruption. Yeah, we know so only like these firewalls that are put up to protect the people. We know so only like them, man.
Repealed. And the proposal is to make it easier to add provisions to the entrenched sections, not to take away.
Minister, opposition is asking to ask an additional question.
Yes.
The statement by Minister, I didn't expect to become a debate, and I know you would ask me to allow it. However, there are 3 members of parliament.
Here she know. Want for muzzle Marky G and the PMP all the time in a parliament. Yo, me say me can't wait for me can't wait for them find out who thief what, so them can get locked up. And who for blurt not resign. Yo, who assets we get taken. Actually, you know, me can't wait. When next 7 thief they with yo, I see. Hey, tomorrow December 6th, no. Me say, man, tomorrow is gonna be a Father God, me know you not sleep. Me can't wait for them people to live up out of House of Parliament. The lady says she will make the man serve him and she come talk about it.
Here with persons who have visited the parliament and have been waiting for an extended period to hear their state of the constituency debate. So I'm going to ask both sides to very quickly wrap up. Leader of opposition business.
Just a simple question. Would the minister agree that all previous substantial changes to the constitution came about from consultation and approval from the opposition before tabling of the bill in Parliament? And would the minister not see that as a better course than, as you're proposing, to table a bill that we haven't seen before tabling? Is that really the wise course to take, Minister?
This is how I will answer. I am mindful of the constitutional arrangement, and it is and has always been the approach of the government to provide a mechanism for consultation and bipartisan work. But you would appreciate that.
Hey, the advertisement come to wrong time, you know. But double speak, say I deal with. We need to rewind that. We need to hear what she say.
This is how I will answer. I am mindful of the constitutional arrangement, and it is and has always been the approach of the government to provide a mechanism for consultation and bipartisan work. But you would appreciate that you can't delegate the responsibility of government. You have to get on with the work. And so
what? What kind of dumb man? Yo, hey, who man is this? What? Who man is this? What do you mean you cannot delegate the So hold on. You know what? Let me calm down, man. I'm about to burst a blood vessel in this. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go to Google, y'all. We're going to go to Google. Alright. Yeah, y'all bear with me. Let me share my screen, man. Yeah, let me share my screen for a little bit, because this lady is triggering my PTSD. I'm not even going to cap. All right, you cannot delegate government work. All right, that's what you just said a while ago. You know, you have to get on with it, right? All right, let us look up the word delegate and see what that means. All right, and let's put it into context, because context matters. A person sent authorized to represent others, in particular an elect representative sent to a conference. Entrust to another person, typically one who is less senior. Oh man, let me put delegating. That's an adjective. To give a particular job duty, all right, someone else to someone else so that they do it for you. Delegate something to someone as a boss. You have to delegate responsibilities to your staff. So basically what she's saying is that you cannot oversee government work. You just have to get on with it. There doesn't need to be any checks and balances. That's how I read from what you're saying now. Right? Delegate something to someone as a boss. You have to delegate responsibilities to your staff. Authorized to make financial decisions. So the decision to reform, right? The Constitution is the delegator of how the actual Constitution is reformed, you know. But she doesn't want anything to be delegated. She just wants to get on with it. So all of the firewalls that are put up, she wants to cut through those firewalls. Because she's frustrated that it's taking too much time for them to turn Jamaica into a dictatorship. Now, there are several things that are concerning to me where this is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna outline them to you. One, they removed everything. Everything is about the character of this government. Why I'm saying this? One, the political ombudsman was removed. The political ombudsman responsibility in Jamaica is to be bipartisan where election proceedings is concerned, among other things. In that era. In it, as I understand, if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me, because I am human, right? This is what I'm remembering from the political ombudsman. They have removed the political ombudsman as an independent entity, an individual, right? And the EOJ is now in the office of the Prime Minister, the same office of the Prime Minister that has several scandals, trillions of dollars missing. The same individual that has 28 bank accounts and is under investigation for illicit enrichment. The same individual tomorrow, December 6th, Friday, is going to be in court because he has sued the Integrity Commission and wants the court to rule out their entire report about his statutory declaration to be null and void. Right? Just the other day, NEPA, the situation with NEPA, an entity that's supposed to protect the people of Jamaica, the environment, made a secret deal. This NEPA is under the office of the Prime Minister again, you know. Made a secret deal with a company, right, that allegedly polluted our rivers in the Rio Kobe area. Right? And you expect us to be confident in you guys reforming a constitution? And if that was not enough, you have the ODPEM in a time when disaster is rampant all around the world and we have all these floods. In Beryl, people got houses destroyed, roofs taken off, still haven't gotten any help. This was months ago. You guys just lost $4 million. $4 million worth of equipment, of supplies in the ODPEM. And I have a video coming out after this, ladies and gentlemen, at 9:30 that goes into the detail of that. 9:30, 12 minutes from now, I have a premiere coming up. You guys go and watch it with the ODPEM situation. This is unprecedented. This is untenable. I expect us to buy into what you guys are selling. And I could go on and on and on. I mean, I've talked about the healthcare system, right? I haven't talked about the hard trust scamming. Man, what? This lady a mad blows and skirts, man. Hey, a mad pussy she a drinking.
The lack of update to the leader of the opposition has to be owned by the opposition members on the committee.
Wow.
My answer is, I will always take the better approach. And you can be assured that the bill will be viewed. The next meeting of the CRC is set for tomorrow, and notice was given more than a week ago. So I hope that the members will be present and that the mechanism will allow for the information to be transmitted and then other steps be taken to have the cross-aisle conversation.
Thank you, Minister. Leader of Government Business, would you be so kind to stand and
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that into debate. Member Mr. Hero.
So, you notice the context of all of this. She came in here today, you know, for pass a bill, you know. I hope say the opposition would agree for a bill to be passed that they have not seen the document of, you know, guys. having aspirations for this bill to be passed as soon as before the end of the year. What can go so?
What can go so?
Hey, listen to me, man.
What can go so?
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys later here. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will be posting this video separately. Like, share, and subscribe.